some echo happening because I got this thing going. It should stop now. You should stop. You're not stopping. All right, hang on. All right, I just want to make sure this is working. This is my slick new production. Let's just make sure this is working. All right. It's supposed to be playing some music right now. I hope it is. I just want to verify that. And then we'll get down to business. I'll jump into steps of this song. So, hi, I'm Bob. What's going on with the hair today? Well, I got headphones on, so I'll explain the headphones. It's a lie, though. My hair is just not all on its own, with or without headphones. What we're doing here this evening is dumping the stems for one of my songs. So I'm still working on my album. I've got an album that I've done recording, but I have to finish mixing and the mastering, and that's what we're in the process of now. And the mixing is, but the first step of the mixing is me. I gotta fix things here. I'm not loud enough for myself. All right, where's this thing? Turn me down so I can hear me. Yabba dabba doo. All right, so what we're gonna do is dump the stems for this. Oh, I'm working on an album. It'll be ready very soon. I mean, it's all recorded and mostly mixed, but I gotta send the mixes, my mixes, to Kilo, my pal, my business partner, musical partner, and buddy, and then he'll master them. So I do like a sub mix. I've done this a number of times on this channel, but nobody watches, so I just repeat myself, because why not? And, you know, I'll do it wittily, so... wittily. I'm eating pistachios, because that's what I do. I eat pistachios. I'm in no hurry right now. See, this is sort of laid-back showmanship right here. Pretty interesting, right? All right, so... the laid-back showman will now see what he's up to. All right, so as I said, I'm going to mix. This is my song, Basil Babbish Blues. It is a groovy little number. The title means nothing. I just like alliteration. So I made up a character named Basil Babbish, and I wrote a little blues tune. It's probably the bluesiest as far as song structure goes. It's the bluesiest song on the record. My music always has a bit of a blues thing going on, but this one is actually a 24 bar blues. So it's like a traditional 12 bar blues, but it's like stretched out. I guess I do everything longer because it's upbeat. Kind of fast, but I didn't want it to be fast. I wanted it to be energetic, but take its time, laid back. So it's like, but it's not. But it's if it was a 12-bar blues, it'd change chords real fast. It'd be like boom, 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 bam, bam, boom, 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 bam, boom, boom. You know. So I wanted it to chill. So stretched out, 24 bars. So I made it longer and chiller without slowing it down. I don't know if I actually put that much thought into it, but that's the effect. All right, let's do this, Bob. So anyway, Basil Babbish Blues is going to be the 5th or 6th song on the record, and I really like it. I've got, of the 10 songs that are going to be on the album, I should be more on the mic. Of the 10 songs that are going to be on the album, 6 are completely complete. Completely. And 4 need to be mastered and, mix, finalize. So that's what we're doing now. I like this one. This one sounds most, the whole album is very sort of live. That's the whole vibe with the whole Blue Light Band, right? It's supposed to be a band. It's me, but it's supposed to be a band playing all these instruments and having a good time. And the new album is the Blue Light After Party. It's after I had the Volume 1 and Volume 2 EPs were supposed to be like representative of a live gig, even though there was no audience. And then after the gig, they go home to the after party. And the album is the After Party. And it's a little looser, a little bit more experimental with genres and such, whereas the other two were pretty... they were just kind of lounge, I guess. I mean, it was kind of Latin jazz, kind of, just traditional bebop jazz, but it kind of came out as lounge ultimately. This is that, but, with other stuff. Anyway, so this one is Basil Babbish Blues. So what I got to do is dump the stems. So first step is the drums, because when I play the drums, I don't know if I've shown this, you can see my drums, my drum set are these pads right here. I could probably turn it on. Let's see. Right? There we go. Right? That's my drum set. So I literally just play I'm trying to do it with one hand. So anyway, if I were to play a drum beat with one hand, that's how I'd do it. But because I was using the other hand to hold the camera. But you get the idea, right? So that's my drum kit. So I play the drums live, but I play them on those pads with my fingers, and they end up as a MIDI file. So, triggering here. I'll show you my drum kit. So that's how I play the drums with those pads. And when I hit those pads, I'm triggering this guy's Contact Jazz Kit. And you can see, like, the neat thing is, watch right where my mouse is right here. It says bass drum because I hit the bass drum, but I hit the click, the side stick there. And then it changes that. There's a snare drum, closed hi-hat, open hi-hat, low tom, crash cymbal. And there's more, but that's like and there's the ride. Right. My drums, because most of my drums on my music is all the congas and percussion and everything. When I do drum kit, it's usually very, very simple. Just, kick, snare, and hi-hat. Both. Maybe go to the ride and the chorus. That's kind of how I do it. And this, I think, is like that. It's kind of a funky groove, but it's still very simple. It's not a lot of, because I can't do that. So, so instead, it's just boom, because I could play drums a little bit, real drums, and I basically play them the same way on the pads as I would with a real drum. I don't do anything I can't do, So I could play the drums on this song on a real drum kit or on the pads because I played it live on the pads. But I don't try to program something that I couldn't physically play. So I play it instead of program it. All right, there we go. So that's the drum kit. But because of the way I do it, it ends up as a single MIDI file right here, right? So I'm going to, and you can see different takes and copies and pastes and such. So let's see. Let's consolidate this. Make it all one big file. And then what I got to do is, because here, let me show you what this is doing. When I open this up, open up the MIDI file, right? Each of these are different drums, right? You got your kick, you got your side stick there, your rim shot, whatever you want to call it, snare, right? And then all the way up the line, up the keyboard plays different drums. So what I got to do is separate these into separate tracks, right? Because right now they all play together. With solo drums. I can probably unrecord so I don't mess them up. There we go. See, that's the drum set. Whoops, do I have the volume real low? Yeah. See, that's my drum. See, you can hear it just. Oh, I did get a little tom in there. And then the ride. I didn't even know I did that. Ride the chorus. Oh, I don't know. There's a break there. Oh, it's do 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 do. See, so that's the whole thing. But then when you add in the other groovy bits, let's just get out of my way. Get out of my way. So now we add the other stuff, right? Where's the mix? So you add the percussion, and that's where you get your real drums. So I got, on this one, as far as percussion goes, you got your congas, egg, shakers, and cowbell. That's it. Take the drums away and see what it sounds. Oh. There you go. Yeah. So that's all live, me playing those things back there, the congas and all the little basket of percussion stuff I have. And then the drum kit is what I just showed you, or me playing on the pad. That's pretty much every song I do like that. Pretty much. I mean, these days, that's how I'm doing it. I like it. And then we get in the rest of the groove here. What do you got? Probably a bass. Why every time I try to introduce a new sound, it goes in... Oh, it's because in the break. There you go. I like the bass line on this one, too. That's the cool part. There I do a little bit minor third there on the D, which you wouldn't normally do in a blues, even though the blues is minor. The bass usually does the major thirds for some reason, but I don't do it there on the fourth, on the D. Right, and then what else we got? A little organ. There you go. All right, let's see. We'll take the piano, and then the electric piano. Where's the guitar? Oh, right here. Hey, guitar. Now I've got them all. I got everything soloed. It kind of defeats the purpose of solo like this. There you go. Now everything's live. So that's the song. So, ooh, that was groovy. So what I got to do is separate the drums into separate drum tracks so that Kilo can mix and master them like a kick drum and a snare and a hi-hat, not just a blob of drums. So what I do is I duplicate the track multiple times and then take away the stuff I don't want on each one. I'll show you. Where's the duplicate? There we go. See, duplicate. So duplicate the track, and I'll say, I want 3 copies of that track, because 4, not 34. 4 copies. I'll save the original as a backup, and then I go and hack to bits the other. So, bubbly boobly boo. There we go. So, drums MIDI, we will hide and make inactive. So the original track is gone. And this guy... Oh, we gotta label it first. Let's say kick. See, and I say kick MIDI because afterwards I will turn them each into audio files. So by the time Kilo gets it to master it, just looks like a live and sounds like a live snare drum and kick drum and hi-hats were recorded. Oh, this is, I want hats, MIDI. because they're really good samples. Because I'm reusing that context. It's a really good drum set. And hats, and then we just say cymbals. All the other noise will just get thrown in there. I know there's a tom in there somewhere. I think we're going to throw the tom in the cymbals too, because, you know, or maybe we'll, I'll make a toms thing. Fine. And they didn't say MIDI. I'm screwing everything up. All right. MIDI. And then duplicate one more. Duplicación. Grazie. Spanish and Italian. All right. Why would you go gray like that? Why would that happen? Why are you like this to me? Why do you do these things to me? I don't understand. Now we got to do it a different way. Delete. How to make an X. Yeah, there you go. All right, drums, MIDI. So what I got to do is go back to the original track that I went and made inactive and make it active again, make another duplicate. I don't know why, but I tried to duplicate. It's like cloning, maybe. No, I think it just can't take any more tracks. I don't understand. Okay, we just don't get a track. I'll worry about that later. Delete. It's hide and make inactive. Hide and make inactive. All right. So kick. Let's just go back to the original plan here. Get rid of everything but the kick. Ah! Delete. There you go. Now I just have a kick there. All right. Okay, cool. We get it. We get it, Mr. Kick Drum. All right. So the same goes for the snare. Delete everything that's not a snare. That's a snare. That's a snare. That is where I use it. Nothing else up here is a snare. So you are the weakest link. Goodbye. There we go with that. Hot potatoes. See you later. All right. This guy, what's this going to be? Hi-hat. So, same. Third verse, same as the first, as they say. They would be the Dave Clark 5 and the Violent Femmes. They said that. Third verse, same as the first. Floor tom. What do I want to put the time? Oh, we'll worry about that later. Okay. That's hi-hats. All right. Delete you. That's probably hi-hats. What's this? That's hi-hats. That's hi-hats. This is probably ride. Woo! The crash symbol is what that is. All right. Gotta get you out the way. See ya. There we go. What's all this business looking like these days anyway? How are we looking live here? I'm working out the logistics. Hold please. Why would it go away? How do you open to what I wanted you open to? Yeah, I'm all good still. All right. Okay, then. Fine. So where, damn it. Faith and big order. That is an Irish phrase. I actually looked up, I've said faith and big order, like some sort of leprechaun most of my life. And it is actually faith. It means faith in God. And faith is obviously English, and then bigora is a Gaelic or Irish. If you're in Ireland, they call it Irish. The rest of the world would say that they speak Gaelic. If the people that speak traditional Irish, they're few and far between these days. But it's a mashup of English and Irish, and it means faith in God. It's just a thing. Oh, praise be to God. Faith in bigora. Something like that. Faith and bigora. All right, cymbals. So the cymbals are just going to do, I think that's where we're going to throw the tom, too. Because I don't care all that much about the tom. So what do you got here? Hi-hats? That's hi-hats. So we're going to get rid of those. Those are the hi-hats. Get rid of those. Boom. And get rid of all the kick and snare. Right? And then get rid of this. No. That's the stuff we're keeping. All right. Keep that. I don't know about the tom. I haven't decided about the tom yet. I have a plan, though. Let's see. So we got these. So now they're separated. And what we want to do is commit them. Do I? I like the kind of dry, natural sound of the drums, honestly. I mean, he'll put reverb and shit on it. So. I just don't think it needs a lot right now. Why did I still hear a... What, hi, aha. Oh, there. Okay. That's pretty cool, though, right? I don't mean listening to me play the hi-hats is cool. I mean, I see a little bit of human error there. And it's a pretty cool groove. Okay. I don't remember how this song started. I don't remember what instrument I even wrote on. Probably bass, I guess. I don't know. I'll remember the process of when I put these things together. I don't recall this one at all. I probably should. There's just nothing on there. There's just nothing. Let's see. Recall inserts. Maybe I could just... Do I have like a kick drum... Guitars. Yeah, see, no. I thought I did. Not, it puts everything, even the ones I created, it puts them all under the recall, under the Avid inserts. I don't know why. But anyway. Let's just put a simple little track compressor on there just to kind of tighten it up. C1 compressor. Why is it? Okay. All right. Okay. Classic compressor. Here we go. Now I'm just going to go, and Kilo will EQ it and everything, you know. If it needs it. It sounds pretty good. Let's see. Let's see what it sounds like. Have that weird wow. Why are you stopping when I want you to play? Okay. Ooh, that's groovy. That's a reggaeton song now. I'm looking for resonant frequencies. I think I found one. Around 134 or higher. Oh, hear that? That's a resonating frequency. 148. That's where it is. That's the culprit. I just want to keep going though. 148. hard to tell because everything sounds weird when you crank it up, but when you hit the right one, it resonates like 148. There you go. See hear the resonance? You can see it on the track right below there. See? What is that? It's a D sharp. And we don't want that. The song's in E. That's not really why you do it, but you know, fun. All right. Maybe that's why you do it. I don't know. Sometimes I'm looking for cool sounds. But I kind of want to get rid of that washy. That's what I'm trying to do. But I seem to have gotten rid of all of the kick drum. See, it just made it muted, though. Oh. I should put like a spectrum analyzer on it. What am I doing? What the hell happened there? That's cool. All right. Play again. I'm not going to get rid of the whole sound, but there's like a washiness to it. I want to try to diminish. I don't know what washy means. I just hear it. I'm just gonna have a little pimple on top of it. Going back to that reggaeton sound. Alright. Calm down, Bob. Alright, this is too much, probably. It kind of did it, though, didn't it? Alright, let's see what the whole thing sounds like. What did I do to it? Bypass. Hey, what happened? So I don't know, I think it's a little tighter. Nah, I don't know. I don't know if I made it any better at all. Got rid of something. I don't think I got rid of what I wanted. But I got rid of the snare rattle. Which, do I want to? I don't know. We're gonna leave it alone. See, by itself, it doesn't sound good either way, right? I mean, it does, but it doesn't sound, whatever. I mean, by itself, it sounds better without the EQ because it's more natural, at least, and it sounds like a kick drum. But in the mix, see, I think it's taking up too much space without the EQ. It's like whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. It's like the whole kind of wow right here. Whoosh, whoosh. So that's why I put this on, and it takes the kick drum down here. Boom, 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 boom. Instead of whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. I think, anyway. That's my theory. And I'm going to stick with it. I'm not going to do much more with the drums, though, I don't think. Maybe an EQ here. Just kind of... Because, why have a bunch of noise at the bottom that you don't need, right? Can you do like a one band? Oh, why are you going to be like that now? What kind of thing is this? I never know how to use these freaking things. Oh, it's this guy here. Okay, yeah. That's what we want. So we want a little shelf there. That sounds good. Sounds weird. We gotta get rid of that. Alright. And you just reset it. Shut up. Default. Let's do the spectrum analyzer. Without it. Yeah, see? That's better. It's a really good EQ. It's this English company called Tone Boosters. They make a really good EQ that I use. Alright. We got the kick drum sorted. I don't think we mean much here, right? Nothing. Because nothing's playing. I'm not going to do anything. Well, we'll do the same EQ on it. That's pretty exciting stuff. That's pretty quiet, but I mean, just how you. Oh, it's got the whole thing quiet. Woo! I think we're good with that. Let's see. What? Every time. The idea of taking away the unimportant frequencies on each instrument, right? Or at least on some problematic instruments like drums, is to make space for others, right? The kick drum, I just kind of scooped out some of the middle there, and it uses the AI EQ on that one to kind of scoop it out when it hits. But anyway, the point is that it leaves it. I don't need that space for kick drum. I need that space for guitars and keyboards and shit. You know. So hi-hats, they're just all up high. It's even in the name, right? So why have a bunch of low frequencies just making muddly noise from the hi-hats? Nobody needs to hear low frequencies from the hi-hats. So you get that. Now, the reason I didn't put a compressor on the hi-hats, nor will I on the cymbals, is because you start putting a lot of compressors on those high-end splashy things, and it just gets squishy and washy. Washy again. It's the word. It's the word of the day. So let's see what the cymbals sound like. Probably wash. Wash. So my point is that I'll give these tracks to Kilo. He'll probably have track compressors on it, and then he'll have the master on it. So they're all getting squished down pretty good. And that works really nice on some instruments, like the drums, like with your kick drum and everything. That'll sound, he'll boost it up and then squish it down, and it'll make it sound like a nice fat kick drum. But if I started with a compressor on this, you can hear that track, like what we're listening to is this track, Cymbals MIDI. So here we'll hear in just a few moments. See, here's a crash, right? And if I put you get it. It would just get, and then it would do it again. My weird little tom. Oh, but I put the tom track on here. Oh no! Now everything I just said is BS. Oh, that tom is pathetic now. Now I have to. All right, scratch that. Let's see. Kick, snare, hat, cymbals. Now this was just weird. I didn't understand it. So what I'm going to do is I know the kick is done, so I'm going to say commit, right? I'm going to say snare is done too, because I don't intend on doing anything else for that snare. That'll be Kilo's business. All right, and then I'll say snare done. I got to do more to those too, because I'm not going to send stereo kick drum or snare tracks. That's just ridiculous. Who would do that? All right, let's see. Commit. I don't know if I'm going to get these stems done in a reasonable time frame, but we'll see. But, this is in the studio, right? All right, so hats, I think we're not good. No, we are good with the hats. We're good with the hats. So we'll commit the hats, right? And now maybe the program will let me duplicate this track, and I'll still have it like live with live stuff. So let's see if what I just said makes any sense. No sir. Don't know why though. Don't know why that happens. What just happened there? I'm telling you, it's the MIDI cloning issue. It's a great Star Trek episode, that one. All right, let's just take these things off. No insert, right? And I'm going to say tom. And maybe we'll put a new, let's see, instrument. Maybe we'll put a new drum set on just for the toms. How about that? Instrument. What do you got? I have other drum kits on here, right? Groove Cell, I think, is a drum kit. But let's see what we get with Expand 2. It's always this is a great plugin. I don't even know where I got it. I think it came with Pro Tools or an old version of Pro Tools. And it's great. I like it a lot. All right. Let's see here. I don't know what's happening. Where's my synthesizer? Come on. I'm eating pistachios. I do that a lot. All right, drums. So this is a synth I use a lot for. So I have a couple of like instruments I always go to. So my piano is this open source sound font as Sforzando. I'll show you. It's a great piano sound. But sound fonts are awesome. I don't know why they didn't really catch on. I mean, they're a little nerdier and a little harder to use, like to get your synths, your sequencer, sampler, I should say, to play it. But you get some real great natural sounds with sound fonts because they are natural sounds. Anyway, what we want is toms, right? I don't know how this one works with drums, but it just does sometimes. So let's see what happens. Okay, so it's playing toms. Is it going to play that tom? Let's see. It's lit up now, right? That's good. Yeah, okay. That's a pretty good tom, too. Does it fit the drum kit? I rhymed. I'm a poet. I didn't even know it. But my friend used to say that when we were kids. I'm a poet, but I didn't even know it. But my feet show it, because they're long fellows. Boom. Chris Decker. 12-year-old Chris Decker told that joke. All right. That's the toms. What am I doing? Oh, shit. They're all toms. They're not. See ya. All right, so these are the toms. Oh, now I got to get rid of the toms down here. Right. Oh, that's good. This is going to be good. Okay. So now my toms are back, and I can put my EQ. I can keep my EQ on my cymbals. Right? Okay. Kind of anticlimactic, but it works. Right. All right. There we go. See it? Watch. Now we'll solo it because it's even that much more exciting. We do have to hear what it sounds like. Terrible. Why does it sound so terrible? Why do you sound like that? Don't sound like that. Let's see what else we got. It's a terrible tom sound. And why are you all screwy? Oh, did I? That could explain it. All right. Well, let's see here. Let's see, shall we? All right. Let's do this. I mean, I'm assuming I'm trying to hit the right on the beat here, right? So let's just quantize that. It's like 4 of them. Let's put them on the beat. And we'll say quarter note because I don't even think I'm getting that fancy with it. Apply. Why would you do this to me? All right, did it do it on every one of them? It did. Good. That's so funny. I must have been a little ahead, like on every tom hit, and then I quantized it and it went. All right, so now I got that. All right, and now we're talking like real drums here. Oh, it's okay. It'd be fun to just have this all analog song and just throw boo. Okay, that might be the one. That might be the one. It sounds like a real just kind of standard Yamaha kit tom right there. Here we go. Maybe it's not supposed to be on the beat. Maybe it was supposed to be here. Maybe. That'd be cool. Now I'm wondering if it's supposed to be an eighth note. It is an eighth note. Okay. I like it. Yeah, it's supposed to be. It's all right. Awesome. Sounds good. All right. So, commit. Can I commit while it's playing? I think I can. I can turn it down a little bit. All right. Let's see if it'll commit while it's playing. No, I can't. It won't. It's not an option. Okay. So commit with symbols. And like I said, couple of these tracks, there's more to do, but that'll be the next thing. Now, look out for the next thing. All right. Tom MIDI. And the reason for that, of course, is this commit. Oh wait, see the tom. I think we want a compressor on that. We want to kind of tighten that up a little bit. So, sir, where are you? There's compressor. So I think I want to mellow it a little bit. So I think if I do like the Let's see, can we loop it? You looped it. Nope. It's got to be a better way than this. All right. That's going to be it. Okay. Sort of. Can we bring this in a little bit? Yeah. Okay. Oh, you son of a nutcracker. Okay, loop. Where's the loop? Come on, man. Now, so what I'm doing here, if you're following along at home, is I'm checking the sound of this tom to see if I like it. And if I need to do anything to it. So I could tighten that up a little more. Let's see. I think that's just fine, but I'll try it with the classic. This one that makes it louder and boomier. This one kind of chills it a little bit, but still kind of, yeah, that's good. And here without it, yeah, see. So the upward expander. I don't know why they have the names they have, but that's the sound I wanted. Tightens it up and keeps it real. It's keeping it real, man. It's keeping it real sounding, you know, hey, whatever. Where am I? All right. Why do you stop like that? What is that? Why don't you just stop it? Why are you stopping? Where's my transport window? What the hell's going on around here? All right, let's see here. View. Transport. Window. Come on now. Why would that go away? I must have. It's crazy. Something's crazy. All right. So what we have to do now is, we got to commit the tom. Major tom here. All right. So now the drums, the drums, the kick, the snare, and the toms, I don't want them to be stereo. I want Kilo to have mono tracks that he can place, Same with the hi-hats too. The only thing I'm going to keep stereo are the cymbals, because they function basically as the overheads, right? You got overhead stereo. If I was miking a kit, I would have a close single mic on the kick drum, a close single mic on the snare, a close single mic on the hi-hats, right? And that would all be mono audio tracks when I recorded them. They wouldn't look like this, what we see on the screen here. But, see, they will in a moment. Split to mono. So I split them each to mono. And I don't delete tracks ever, really. I just say hide. So I don't need this. Go, hide. I hid the stereo and the right. I always keep the left for mono, just force of habit. That's the way the robots do it, so that's the way I do it. All right. If you have any idea what that means, then thank you for following along. I know it sounded insane, but I did actually mean something. Yeah, most computer programs and devices, everything technical, if you push a stereo signal through a mono channel, or you convert a stereo signal to a mono channel, it's usually going to do one of two things. It's either going to combine the left and the right, which is never a good idea, because then you get phasing and all kinds of problematic problems, or you just take the left channel. And I don't know why. She swallowed the fly. Perhaps she'll die. In any case, when I split a stereo, this is some kind of weird commercial. When I split a stereo track to mono, I'll only be grabbing that left channel. I screwed up my commercial. I'm ashamed of myself. All right, here we go. Snare. So I got the left channel of the snare. And an odd phenomenon from that, we'll see in just a moment, is that those tracks are panned now left to right, which I think is kind of strange. You would think that once I split it to mono, it would go mono. But I suppose no, because you're taking a stereo track that in Pro Tools is going left and right, and you split it to mono, it's going to put one left, one right. And I deleted one, so the one that I kept is left is still panned left. See? Watch. Snare right there. A neat trick with Pro Tools is you can hold down the Alt key and click, and it'll go to default, which is 0. So same thing with the kick. So now, I must have pressed play. Whoa! All right. Now we're gonna go back. Gonna go on back to the hats. Do the same thing. Split to mono. And this is how we do it. And this is how we end up with a real live sounding drum kit. Starts with playing it live. That's really the key. And then good sounds, Garbage in, garbage out. Good quality in, quality out, right? So you play it. You don't have to be crazy. Just play and do it well. And then make sure you got a good sound. That's kind of that's the whole methodology right there. Hats. Play as well as you can and get as good a sound as you can. Simple enough. All right, let's see. I did. Doesn't matter. It is what it is now. Let's see. I did put a compressor on it. Split to mono. Where'd you go? There you are. All right, split to mono. Once again, get rid of the stereo and right channel. Hide and make inactive. Rename it just to Tom now that there's no more confusion. Cymbals, we don't have to do the splitting again because there are overhead mics and they're supposed to be in stereo. They're supposed to sound stereo. That's what gives that's the stereo component of the drum kit, right? So let's see, shall we? Oh, I got it.
1, 2.
Where's your Tom? And then when I give this to Q, he'll actually pan out the drums. Like he'll tilt the hats over to like the left a little bit, with the tom over to the right. But I let him do that because he's a drummer. All right, so that's my drum kit, and I think I'm ready to do the stems now. Hold on. All right. So I think I'm ready now because I'm pretty sure I mixed everything else. I'm going to have to, same thing now though. I got to commit all of the tracks that have effects and everything on them. The only other MIDI, I got the keyboard tracks are MIDI. Similarly, right, on the same keyboard that I showed you before. This guy here, right? I play all the piano and organ parts and everything on that and MIDI, but I play them live, but then I can change the sounds or whatever. So this is, which is this? This is electric piano. So you can hear the track here, right? There, wait, where are you? There you go. I'll crank it up here. It's very exciting. So there's my key, me tickling the ivories there. That's a cool riff right there. See, because I'm the whole band, right? Because I'm playing all the instruments, I always get out of my own way, right? Like, so if I want like the piano to be the focus here, then all I gotta do to shut up the electric piano, the other keyboard player, is stop playing. If I don't want the guitar to make noise, I just don't play the guitar there. I don't have to like fight with the guitar player, which is kind of nice, you know. Because being a guitar player, I can tell you, they are a pain in the ass. So that's how we roll, baby. All right. So, oh, and then here's my other. It's another MIDI track here. The organ. The Blue Light Band, right? I pretty much always have like 3 keyboards, which is funny, but that's kind of the point. I'm not a great keyboard player, right? Not at all. But I know how to write parts. So if you listen to them together, that's where you hear me really playing the keyboard. It's like one, you know, like my buddy Matt Carl is like a classically trained pianist, right? He could play all the parts at the same time, probably, right? But I can't. So see, there you go. So 3 keyboard players are playing really kind of groovy but rudimentary parts with each other. That's 3 keyboards. There's the organ. That's the organ. And then the electric piano and piano are kind of going back and forth, riffing with each other. See? They're kind of do. There's a piano. I love it. That's cool. So that's how I do it, right? And so those are all live parts played MIDI. So I just basically, I've got the sounds. I believe I probably, see, like on those, these are some of my like long established sort of tracks that I always use this piano. This is the piano. Let's do it. See, this is open source sound font stuff right here. And I don't even know, it's Tulog Esforzando. I don't know if that's someone's name or what, but it's an awesome Yamaha piano sound. So that's my piano, right? That's nice. Something like that. That was kind of nice. We might have recorded that. Okay. Anyway, back to the song at hand. That's my piano. So you can see I've already got, like before when I was editing and everything, I got my EQ on there. That's my EQ. That's my compressor. Right? And then, there's a cowbell. Cowbell plays all the way through. Just, that's the real cowbell. Hold on. Anyway, probably not in sync with the stream there. In any case, that's the cowbell. Again, I already got the sound. Got a little EQ on it. Now with that, because a cowbell, so it's that space, right? So I don't want it bleeding, and it's noisy. The percussion stuff's noisy. You hit something, and it really creates frequencies all over the place. But you don't want them. So here's the cowbell without it. See, I want to hear that. I mean, I kind of made it sound a bit like I probably could take some of the. I could probably add some highs back in. It sounds like a bit like a wood block here, but I also kind of like that in the song. But that little high make it a little more cowbelly, I suppose. But it's still neater and tighter. So there you go. I wanted that sound, right? See? No, see, I shouldn't have done it. It sounded better before. I should trust myself. Can I undo that? Can you undo that? No. Nope. Okay. A little bit, I think it's somewhere in between there. Alright, that's a nice sound. Alright. Anyway, that's the live cowbell. What you got next? And then shakers. That's over here. I don't know where the other one is. Anyway, I think that's the stereo. So I'm doing that with two mics. You see here in the middle of the screen there are eggs. Then there's another one of these around here somewhere, but I don't know where. Anyway, that's what I'm doing there. That doesn't need anything. It's already got the EQ, same thing. Cut, take out all the frequencies you don't need, kind of BS. And baloo-badoo. And the conga. Same thing, kind of, this is where my congas are, those are the frequencies. That's those guys right there. I love my congas. I'm playing standard, what I play a lot, which is standard Cuban timbal rhythm, which is, right? Where are you going to play? Play. So it's like... Put a weird little pause in there. See, normally I do that. There you go. All right, so now I'm just being silly. I do remember what started the song, and it was the dobro, right? That's how I started. All these songs, like the instrumental ones, especially, they just start with me kind of riffing on some instrument. It's this one. This was the track. So I recorded this little. You can see it. It stops, right? It's just like 30 seconds or something of me playing guitar, and it's dobro is just the resonator guitar. It's the one up on the wall there with the metal circle. This guy. Anyway, so there you go. That's how the song started. A little blues thing on a dobro. And then I just started adding tracks. And then, boom, look what you got. So I'm probably going to wrap it up, though, because I don't really have time to finish this right now. Well, maybe. Let's see. I was talking about the tracks, and I didn't do it. Let's just do the commit, because these are all good. Commit everything. And the reason for the committing is that the reason for the commitment is when I send the tracks to Kilo, they're just going to be WAV files. And when, for some reason, Pro Tools, when you do the export on the tracks, or at least when I do it, if I'm doing it wrong, it won't do the processing of the track. So even when there is a checkbox that says process, but it doesn't do it all. I don't understand why. But if I do the commit, ignore that. I do the commit, then it just dumps a straight up WAV file that's, excuse me, it sounds exactly like my committed track. So that's what I do. Damn it. All right. So I got all my drums, and I want to. So see what I do here now. The percussion, right? I'm gonna do the cool thing is with the percussion. All of these are going into a bus, right? Which is like a submixed track, right? So these three are the percussion. And they're all going into percussion bus. So what I'll actually do is just commit the bus, and then all the effects and the mixing and everything I did on the congas and on the 3 percussion tracks all get committed to one audio file. And then I can hide the rest, get everything out, and then I just have percussion. So watch, I'll show you. And I said I was done. Now I'm not done. All right. So now I will take and hide and deactivate these, right? Hide and make inactive. Don't deactivate them. Make them inactive. Cause inertia. All right. Hide and make inert. That's a Fig Newton. I eat a lot of those too. So I just did that, and I renamed the track percussion. So now it's no longer a bus. It's a car. No, it's a track. So solo percussion. How cool is that? Must have the dobro soloed still. Oh man, did I put the dobro through to the percussion bus? Oh my god, that's so funny. Why in the world is the dobro going through the percussion bus? Alright, undo the hiding and the... What the hell would that happen for? Dobro. Not. Bus is... Percussion is 5/6. It was going over there. It probably wanted. I'll just do no send. All right, now I got to redo that. Hold, please. That was funny. So what happened there was I was sending I sent the 3 percussion tracks to the percussion bus as the output, but I had an insert on the dobro going to that same bus, probably thinking I was sending it to a reverb or something. I was not. So I got to redo it. Conga, make active. Cowbell, show and make active, and eggs, show and make active. All right, now we should be back in business, right? Let's do this. Solo. I gotta do the undo too. What do you mean you can't undo it? Come on, man. All right, what we're gonna do? Maybe we just delete this, right? Delete you, bastard. Let's see what we got. I screwed my shit all up. Damn. That sucks. Oh, I screwed everything up. Maybe not. Why can't I undo it? Weird. Oh well, let's see what we got. Damn, that sucks. Oh wait, I know what's wrong. Do I? Do I really know what's wrong? I don't. I don't think I do. I have to recreate the bus, I think, is what I gotta do. Yep. All right. Rename this. I'll just delete it. What are you doing? What do you got going on here? All right. Let's just delete it. Let's just do this again. Delete. Okay. New aux input. So this is how I create the bus. There you go. I did this on purpose so that I could show you what I'm doing. Let's see. Perk bus 2. How about that? Okay. Where are you? Sons of bitches. There we go. Bring you back over here. And we have to say the input is going to be 5, 6. Thank you very much. And we'll put a little bit of what do I want? Send bus 7 and 8. That's what I want. That was the reverb. We had that about halfway. And I'm almost positive I would have had a track compressor on here. So put that on there. And that should be it. Let's see what it sounds like, shall we? That's pretty good. I like it. It was so cool. There we go. Nice. All right. I like it. I have. There you go. All right. Now we will commit the percussion bus because it sounds awesome. I think I made it even better. All right. Now percussion. There you go. And now, as we did 20 minutes ago, hide and make inactive. Thank you very much. Now, percussion, take away the send. Don't need that anymore. Oh, do I do? Oh, I don't want to do that. I'm so dumb. I do a lot of dumb things. All right, back to this. 7, 8. All right, and then boppity boop. What you gonna do? And now we're gonna commit. So the reverb and the delay, right? We do the same thing with them. So commit, because they are also buses that I am using. I'm them as sends, right? So up here. So look at reverb. I put that reverb effect on there. A reverb one. This is I think this comes with Pro Tools too, maybe. I don't know. It's a reverb one. It's a good, nice reverb, and I use the Jazz Club setting a lot. That's what that is. So that's a reverb. I set it as an odd aux input track, and then I can set the input. You can see here the input on that track is bus 7 and 8, right? Ain't that great? So when they go in there, so what I do is then I can go to the other tracks like percussion, and I can say send a send. So basically what that means is that Pro Tools will take the signal that my percussion sound, boop, 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 and take a copy of that signal essentially, right? As it split it off and send it over to this other track. And there it gets the reverb. And on that track, see, I got the reverb cranked like all the 100%, right here. See that? So basically, that track is only reverb. It doesn't have the original signal anymore. It only has the reverb. And then I can send all tracks, and then I end up with a track that is just the reverb on the song. So for instance, on this song, I'm putting the reverb on the percussion and also on this guitar here. And I originally thought I was putting reverb on the dobro, but clearly I did not. So I never had a problem with the way it sounds, so I'm not gonna fuck with it now. And what's this one? This is I do the same thing with delay, and I've got a little bit of delay on the other guitar. There's a couple of electric guitars there. So that's what I'm doing. So anyway, I want to commit those tracks as well, and it's really neat. So like if you look now, there's nothing on those tracks, right? They're just blank, and they're just processed live. So you can see that's the reverb there, right? So right now we also hear the percussion track. This is a weird thing that I can't seem to mute these things after let's see percussion. Okay, now it's muted. But now that everything's muted, nothing's going through the reverb. But you see that there? That's how it works. Anyway, but what I want to do is say commit the reverb. I'll call it reverb. Call it verb. Because I got to rename the track to reverb after. So commit. Yeah, it doesn't let you have two tracks with the same name, and I don't want to delete the original. I want to back it up. Back that up. Come on now. Okay, so now this track will have just... Isn't that cool? We got Kilo Dial System this way. We say how it sounds like you're recording like out in the hallway outside of the club. Myself there. It's good stuff. All right, so the reverb is done. Let's rename that back to reverb. And then delay. I'll call it delay original. All right. Because it's going to create, this one's not going to go away. It's just going to hide delay original. And then create the commit one. And I'm going to rename that, but I won't be able to rename it back to delay because there will be already a delay. But now I will because it's not called delay anymore. Commit. All right. And this should just have like delay from, I think the one guitar. I think was the only thing that had delay on it. So. Right? Yeah, down there. Right there you go. Let's see. Let's see what that sounds like. Oh yeah, mute. Some kind of voodoo guitar. Probably voodoo. It's kind of cool. All right. Hey, that's fun. This is what it really sounds like. Cool guitar. It's kind of Adrian Blues style bend. Now what am I doing? I think I'm probably done. I mean, I got to do the same thing on the rest of these tracks, essentially. So let's see. We'll call this delay so we know where we're at. Save it so we don't not save it. Genius. Let's just commit the rest. We know they're good. We'll commit it, and we'll listen to it, and we'll say, gosh, that's good. And we'll move along to the next. All right, piano. Let's see what you sound like. Piano. That's your real name. Not a lot of piano in this one, huh? Gosh, that's good. See, that's the thing I said I was going to say. It's very nice. Okay. All right, let's see. Let's keep on keeping on. Let's do that. I don't need to do what I'm doing there. I mean, I just don't. I don't need to do that. I do need to commit the guitar. So there are a couple of different guitars on this, as I am wont to do. Add some guitars. A lot of these, see these cuts there. That's me cutting like string noise out and me sloppy finger things and stuff. Because this is a lot of the lead guitar on this is all sort of jabs. They're sort of and then pop out and then pop back out. So I kind of EQ out the space between to, you know, keep it tight. See, and then so I could just cut out any noise in between them. And that's the guitar with it. Very clean, plain old Strat sound right there. That's just a Stratocaster. It might be a Telecaster, actually. That's probably a Telecaster. No, that's a Strat. That's a Strat sound. Yeah, definitely. That's that guitar, the blue guitar. All right, so that sounds good. All right, electric piano. We'll commit that. This should say MIDI, by the way. Bob. My old boss used to say that. Edith, she's cool. She said Bob. She was from Boston. Commit. All right. Electric piano. We're going to call that Rhodes, because after Fender Rhodes, electric piano, the electric piano, as far as I'm concerned, let me tell you. All right, let's see here. This is all pointless, these things I'm saying. Let's see. There you go. Not groundbreaking stuff, but it fits the groove, man. That's the whole point. Fit in the groove. So I'd say the Rhodes is all set. Oh, so what we want to do too is make sure we get rid of any of these sends, so we're not accidentally sending stuff elsewhere. Guitar, we'll just call this guitar 1, and let's go guitar 2 over here, and commit that bad boy. I don't mean like, P. Diddy bad boy. I don't want nothing to do with that guy. I'm talking, my guitar is what I'm talking about, for God's sake. The hell are you thinking about? All right. Guitar 2. We know these are good, right? We think they're good. Let's see what they sound like, shall we? Guitar. That sounds nice. That sounds nice. Where's the guitar 2? Oh, it's up here. Oh, yeah, I like that one. see. Commit the dobro. It's fun how this. I didn't even think about it until now while I'm doing this and looking at what I've mixed and put together here. It's just cool how you can see the different instruments dropping in and out. You know what I mean? Like the dobro, the song is based on the dobro, but it really only plays the beginning and the end. It's like do-do-boom, do-do-boom. Then you got regular guitars rocking through the middle. But even there, it's like, and like I think of this song as having a lot of keyboard in it, but really the Rhodes only plays about half the time. The piano's not even a third of the time, but the organ is all the way through. But I don't know, it just looks neat. Yeah, I don't have to explain myself. All right, I should have renamed that. Rename. No, I don't want to rename that. I want to rename dobro. Rename dobro original. Okay, and then we'll call this dobro. Okay, do. What you know, bro? Dobro. What you know, dobro? Okay, dobro's good. Bass. What we got on that bass? Just a little bass guitar amp sound. My bass I always record direct. I don't use a bass amp, so I just plug in direct and then use sort of preset bass amp, channel strip, just EQ and compression basically. But I got a nice bass. It's can you see it? Can you see that? One right there. That's the bass guitar. Oh, you can hear it. Ha! That's fun. I think you can hear this. Or maybe not. Can you? Let's see. It's going into A2. Let's just do this. Why not? Right? You should be able to hear it now. Mono. Give it a little muted. All right. Anyway, that's my bass guitar. I forgot why I was doing that. Showing off, I guess. Nobody's showing off for who. All right. I'm doing that, for God's sake. All right, so as you can see, the bass guitar goes direct. That was the point of that little exercise. So then I just put that plug in it. So now I'm going to commit it. Again, bass is something that will get fully EQ'd and compressed when he gets the kilo. So my job is to basically is to have a good sound, Just have a good sound, man. Just have a good sound. All right, bass original, because I want to rename it. All right, and then this will be bass. Okay, and then lastly is the organ, which is getting it gets a lot of action on this track. I didn't realize that, honestly. I'm out of water. Not very exciting action, but appropriate. Appropriate action. Come on now. All right. So, organ commit. All right, and that is the deal. So now when this is done, we'll flip it over here. Flip it over. Flip it over. We'll call this organ. So now I've got all my tracks. Excuse me. I get rid of my click because this is the dump. I should save this, by the way. Save session as dump because I think I've worked that before. Oh well, it's okay. It's all okay. Hide and make inactive. All right. So this is the tune. We got. We got to take the stuff off of the. So like when I'm messing around with it, I'll have things on the master, just because I can. But again, when I'm dumping the tracks down, I don't want anything on the master. I don't want anything getting in between. The tracks and the engineer there. So I set everything to 0. Again, hold down the Alt key on the keyboard and click on the track. It'll set it to the default. I'm dying. I have terrible allergies all the time. All the time. All year. Every day. All the time. It's a hard knock life. All right. Oh, guitar. I'll let Kilo do the panning and all that business. He just gets the straight tracks. All right. So now I've got my tracks. They're all groovy. Oh, one last thing. I have to make sure they're all set to the right kind of whatever this setting is. Whether it's ticks or samples. You want this all set to samples. Why? I don't know why. Because Pro Tools says so. Set them all to samples. So it treats the audio the same on each track, I guess. But anyway, the practical reason is that if you don't do it, it won't export the tracks on the ones that are set to ticks. And anything that was MIDI originally will be default to ticks. So you got to change it to samples. Okay. All right. So now we have our tracks. And this is all kind of like Pro Tools rules for exporting tracks, right? So I select all the tracks. I say consolidate clip. And what that does is, you'll see, it basically consolidates everything and it makes everything line up and boom. So now everything is a single audio track, the same length, and they're all in the computer's brain associated with one another. So now I can say, what is it? Control-Shift-K, I believe. Right, yeah. So there you go. This brings up, now because if I do Control-Shift-K and didn't do that, I wouldn't get this. I have to do the steps I just did. I got to make sure all the tracks are selected, consolidated, and then now I'm good. Then I got to choose the destination. Pro Tools is funny about this too. You choose the destination and then you have to go down to use current folder, which doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Current would be the one that it's set to before I did it, but what do I know? I want this to go into the so what I'm doing is I'm going to dump those tracks that I've defined as separate WAV files, and I'm going to send those WAV files to my good pal Kilo House, who's going to master them. But first, I have to put them in the right folder. The static dive. So this is my record label, is the House of Static, the artist, the Static Dive, and I go into this album, and I go into create a new folder. Called Basil Babbish Blues. All right, and go in there. And then I make another folder called stems. And because that's what we call these files. And then I say export. Well, yeah. All right. Now, see, it says it's doing it, right? But I got to double check, make sure I didn't get anything wrong. So I go and see how many tracks do I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 15 tracks. So, now some people would say that's not stems. That's too many tracks for stems. And to them, I say, I don't care. Let's see. House of Static, Static Dive. 15 tracks, I said. So if there are 15 files in the stems folder, then we're done. Then I just email the link to Kilo. 15, look at that. The last thing I need to do is tell him the tempo. Because, sometimes he says, hey, Bob, you played this too slow. Let's speed it up. But he has to know the tempo to begin with first. 125 beats per minute, which is a pretty standard static dive tempo, I'd say. All right. Well, we're done for the day. Thank you kindly for joining me on this and all other related adventures. The new album by the Static Dive, Blue Light After Party, will be out this summer. The current single, which is my cover, Purple Haze, is burning up the charts. So go check it out on your favorite streaming service.